Hello everyone and welcome back to BrainScratch Searchlight. I'm your host John Lorden, and in this edition it's kind of a two-parter. We're first going to start with an update on the John Murphy case. That is one that we covered just a few weeks ago, and unfortunately it looks like we have some news that isn't so great in that case. We're starting here on John Murphy 1967 Twitter account, which is actually being managed by his son, also named John. And you can see here that on March 30th, I released my edition of BrainScratch Searchlight about John Murphy, and his son retweeted it. Looks like his son was having some sleeping trouble, having some fun with Snapchat, talking about how amazing the support is. And unfortunately, we start seeing messages where it looks like people are saying to rest in peace, John. And here we get into some information. Some lovely words posted by my dad's workplace after we had informed them of the news on Wednesday. Great community. And at the Glenburn Center, you can see that they are talking about, sadly today it was confirmed that remains found in Mugdock Park a few weeks ago were our friend and colleague John Murphy. We are thinking of his family at this time, for whom almost the past year have searched endlessly, traveling the lengths and breadths of Britain to find John. I'm sure John will be looking down proud of each and every of you for the dignified manner in which you have tirelessly tried to bring him home. And it's weird, it breaks my heart. I say that a lot on this show, but man, does it. It breaks my heart in one way because I feel like the episode didn't get out quick enough. Basically, it seems like John's son, John, had heard that there were some remains found in a park, and the police were testing those to verify if it was his father or not by the time that the BrainScratch Searchlight was released. That being said, I saw some details about the remains that were found, and I believe that they were skeletal, so it seems like John might have passed a little while before, and I don't know if it's possible that we really could have done anything to help in that occurrence. But if nothing else, at least we helped raise awareness to this. At least we were a voice to his son John of support. I still have to say, John did a fabulous job reaching out to media. He was getting in front of cameras all over the place, making news stories happen all over the place, trying to find his dad. He really did a very strong job of getting this in the public's eye. And in some way, I'm appreciative that we were a part of that Searchlight became a part of that effort. It just saddens me that unfortunately it looks like Mr. Murphy has deceased. And thank you to all the brain scratchers that sent this information to me. It's really amazing to me to have this community, all of you out there, that when a piece of news like this comes out, I usually find out about it the same day or at most the following day. You guys are an amazing network, and you're part of what makes all this work. So just know that I am so thankful for each of you that participates in this show and helps feed this information back to me so I can report it to everyone else. So our condolences to John Murphy Sr. and John Murphy Jr. I hope your family is able to work through the grief that I'm sure you are saddled with at this point. It's another thing that's strange for me. I've been in contact with several family members of missing people now, and they talk about the pain of not knowing, of just being stuck in this mode where they don't know how to move forward. I mean, some people, relationships stop. They don't know if they should go try to find someone else because their loved one is missing. Some of these people have children that are affected by this. They don't know if mommy or daddy is ever coming home. So in one way, at least there is some benefit to John Murphy being found, because his family can process this grief properly and hopefully move forward and get to that point of healing, which I'm sure is a ways off, but I'm confident is out there for each and every one of them. So around this this story also, there was elements of this story where they thought he might be living as a homeless person. If you recall from the episode I did a few weeks ago, there was multiple sightings. We now don't know how many of those sightings were valid or not, but seeming to suggest that he might have been living as if he was homeless. And that leads me into the case that we are going to feature this week. So let's move ahead. Once again, I was just talking about this amazing community, and I have to give a quick shout out to Maggie Siskin. Maggie is a recent follower. She just caught onto the channel, I think maybe a month, maybe 2 months at the most ago. But she tweeted me this message: at Lord and Arts, my babysitter's brother from when I was a little kid. Please share. And you can see here it is a Help Us Find poster for Kirk Frederick. He was last seen December 2015 in the Austin, Texas area in a homeless area. He is 6 feet tall, weighs approximately 160 to 170 pounds. He has blue eyes, and for hair he is usually bald. You can see there's a contact email there. Email anel@gmail.com. Of course, I'm going to have this information in the description box below so you can find it easily. Now, what's tough about this case is this is not a case that's getting major multimedia coverage. As a matter of fact, I can't find any news stories on this, but what I do find are several messages from people that seem to care about Kirk that are related to him in some way. Some of these people went to school with him previously, some of them know him from earlier in life. So let's just do a quick jump here. This is from the Facebook page of Elizabeth Meyer. This was a close childhood friend, Kirk. We grew up together. He lived 2 doors down from me. He is missing. Please share far and wide to help bring him home to his family. Missing Kirk Frederick. Last seen or heard from December 2015. Last known area, homeless in Austin, Texas. If you have any information, please contact. Once again, they have Anel, email anel@gmail.com. And we see a different picture of Kirk here. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to cover this story. I can see that there's people that care a lot about this guy, but I think because he's homeless, I'm assuming there's so little to go on in this story, for me at least, in terms of researching it. I think that it might not be getting the major coverage that some of these other stories get. You know, quite typically, something we notice here, especially in American media coverage, is if you have a young girl who happens to be blonde, you can pretty much get every television news station in your area to cover it. If you move away from that and you start getting into ethnic types, all of a sudden the coverage becomes much less. If you get into people who are known to be some type of criminal or participate in criminal acts, a huge example of this is prostitutes. Those stories seem to completely disappear. And also if you get into people that are known to be homeless for any point, the stories seem to disappear. I think that's really unfortunate. You know, being homeless could happen for a number of reasons. A lot of these people are struggling with sometimes substance abuse issues. Sometimes they are mental issues, but they're people just like you or me, and I think that they deserve the same amount of care and compassion, and no one should go just missing. Even though this person is homeless, he has family members that I'm sure are worried about his well-being and want to know that he's okay. Outside of that, I did find here at chat.virginiatech.sportswar.com in the Loungeboard another posting: high school friend missing. If any of you Nova people know Kirk Frederick from Jefferson High School, he is missing. Hit me up if you have any info. Here's another email address I will also include down below. There's a link to another picture of the poster. And finally, if you do a search on Kirk Frederick missing, you will see, particularly in Facebook, that there seems to be a lot of coverage there. And then once again, the chat.virginiatech website that I talk about, and that is about it. So I especially wanted to cover this because Admittedly, Facebook is a great social tool, but it's a bit of a walled off area if you consider the internet this big open search engine. Information that's in Facebook is not always easy to get to. For example, there was another website that I found that featured some information on him, and I tried to view it on Facebook, and I couldn't really read the information because they had this slider bar that was taking up the whole website, trying to get me to sign up or log in to read on. So Facebook, like I said, it's great for sharing information within the Facebook community, but I thought that BrainScratch Searchlight might help get the information out. Let's bring him back up. About Kirk to a bit of a different community, the YouTube community, plus any place that has access to YouTube, which luckily there's no login needed, so you can see this as long as you're tapped onto the internet. And I'm going to ask all of you wonderful BrainScratch Searchlight viewers to please, please, please share this information with your friends in the Austin, Texas area, and let's see if we might be able to help Kirk be found, and maybe in some way that will help us in terms of our grief over the case of John Murphy and other people that might wind up going homeless. It's bad enough to go homeless, but to go homeless and missing, you know, I don't imagine how things could get much worse. So that is it for this edition of Searchlight. It's a bit of a short one, but like I said, there's just not a whole lot of information to cover on Kirk that is known, but I did want to share his image, share the contact information. It's in the description box below, and also wanted to pay proper respects to John Murphy's family. I hope we did all that. Thank each and every one of you for being a part of this. It doesn't work without you guys, and you are always so supportive of this series. I appreciate it, because I'm sure most of you know this series kind of comes out of necessity for me. When I started doing this with regular brain scratches, there was something about the missing people stories that compelled me, that I thought they deserved more coverage, they deserved their own show, and that's what keeps me going on this. And I can tell that I'm doing the right thing because all of your wonderful support out there tells me that this is a good, worthwhile effort. Hey everyone, it's me, John, here with a very quick update. I had already uploaded this episode of BrainScratch Searchlight and went out to dinner tonight with my wife. I just got home, checked my messages, and I have a private Twitter message from Maggie Siskin, and here's what she says. I wanted to let you know that they found my friend Kirk Frederick. So, first of all, let me just say it's an awesome sigh of relief. I feel kind of weird because I hadn't even released the episode yet, but I'm so happy to hear that they found him. Kirk is safe. He is in hands that care about him. Apparently he needs a little help. He is getting that help right now. So it's turning out, oh, she literally just emailed me back. Oh my God, thank you. She's talking about crying tears of joy. She's mentioning it's so sweet for me to do the episode for her. They are like family. His sister was my second mother, so it hit me just as hard as his family. Very, very sweet, Maggie, and I'm really happy that, if nothing else, that people see me as a device to try to help find their loved ones like this. And especially in light of the John Murphy story, it's really nice to hear a story that has a good, positive ending. So just to let everyone know, the official word is they have found Kirk Frederick. He is alive. He is in hands that are willing to help him, and it looks like things have gone really well in this case. So I'm really happy to shoot this update. And once again, thank you to all of you BrainScratch Searchlight fans. I feel great to hear this news, and I'm so honored that I have this show and all of your support, and thank you so much. So that's the update. Stay tuned next week and we'll highlight someone else and maybe we can help find them. Take care.